So as I was perusing down these social media streets, I said this is enough for me to want to share some sensibility. All right, let's get into it, shall we? Baby, let the effery begin. This family right here, ooh, he's a piece of work. Let's get into a couple things here.
And tonight we are joined by Trisha's husband, Marquez.
Woo! Marquez, how you doing, baby? How you doing?
Hi, Dr. Heavenly. Hi, Carlos.
I don't know who cheesing the damn hardest. That goddamn old Carlos King showing all goddamn 32 or 52 of them damn teeth, okay? Cheesing like a damn Cheshire cat, or that damn Dr. Heavenly. Who child?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me on your platform, and hopefully, Dr. Heavenly. Hopefully, by the end of this interview, I'll be extending some grace.
honestly. Absolutely. Thank you
I'm
for
definitely
coming.
things up. Thank you for the opportunity.
Now look at Mr. Marquez trying to charm Dr. Heavenly. Now we all know she male identified, but is that F-boy behavior that you're displaying already, trying to use your good looks to kind of get her to give you some damn grace, child? Okay, so right off the rip, Carlos thanks Marquez for doing the interview, he and Dr. Heavenly. So he said that initially he wasn't even going to film the show. And the only reason that he did is because Latricia had approached him about signing some release papers because their daughter and son, subsequently, they're on the show, right? So according to him, he said that he didn't even realize that they were filming and they had been filming a couple months. And he thought that he was signing release papers for something about her dance class, some shit like that. Anywho, so when they let the cat out the bag and he realizes that she's filming, Ken's filming the kids, and every damn body's filming, he's worried about his image and how he's being portrayed on the show. And according to him, he's saying that his son's telling them, well, Dad, they're asking me questions and they're asking me this or that. And I guess maybe the producers or someone was asking his son, is your dad available? Is your dad present? Is he active in your life? And I guess him being older with the son out of high school, about 18 now, he can answer truthfully and maturely, right? So of course they're not going to ask the underage daughter that. I wouldn't imagine, but shit, you never know with the producers. So the only reason his ass wanted to be on the show is because this Bama wanted to make sure that he got his 5, now trying to launch 10 and 15 minutes worth of fame, okay? So Carlos or Heavenly, one of them asked, well, when we interviewed Trisha, Ken, or one of them, they said that you didn't even show up to your daughter's dance recital down in Florida, okay? This Bama gave a old nasty piece of a damn dissertation, a long ass diatribe. He did every damn thing but answer the damn question, okay? He danced around it, shuffled around it, skirted around. I was like, oh, he likes to talk. And he likes to talk a lot. They even asked him, well, before we get into the meat and the mess, basically tell us who Marquez is. So I'm a little leery of people who speak in third person. He was like, Marquez is this and Marquez is that. And I grew up with both parents and I didn't even realize that my parents were together. But so he mentioned that his parents weren't together, but he said the way that he grew up, he didn't even realize that they never were together, had a relationship. Make that make sense. How in the hell does that work? Okay. Were they living in the same damn house? Was he popping up, bringing the groceries, bringing the bread, sleeping with your mom or whatever like that? What was that? Okay. That doesn't even make sense to me, right? So that made me kind of raise an eyebrow. That reminds me of when damn Coleslaw was asked by Tasha K, did she grow up in a 2-parent family? She was like, yeah, come to find out her mama was a damn side chick, allegedly, and was never with their father. So I'm just like, yeah, he a little delusional. But one thing that really stuck out to me in this interview is he spent more time talking about Latricia and Ken, and it's quite obvious he's jealous of their relationship, okay? And during the interview, he said that he was going to be sensitive and he was going to try to protect Latricia because she's like family. They've been together since he was 17, blah, blah, blah. But yet, he said, but if you ask me questions, I'm going to lay it all out on the line and be truthful. That Bama had his little speeches and those long ass damn diatribes rehearsed. Okay, so what else stuck out for me is that he wanted to nail the point home and drive the nail in the coffin. And he kept saying that Latricia grew up traumatized. She has unhealed trauma. I'm like, Bama, you sound like you got unhealed damn trauma, okay? And he's just saying, oh, I'm sensitive. And my family took Latricia in. The last time we checked, Latricia grew up with both parents. And then he contradicts himself and he said, well, her parents were married and how his mother had mentioned that Latricia had grew up differently from him. So I guess so. Your mother went with your father, and no, this it is what it is. But Latricia grew up with both parents, and he said that her father was in the military. So what it sounds like to me is her father was a man's man, because he said that Latricia grew up with the father, was out there mowing the lawn, cutting grass, fixing brakes. I'm like, shit that men do, real men do. I'm just gonna say it. And he was like, well, why I gotta go out there and cut grass and I can pay my homeboy to do it? I was like, ooh.
My father, rest in peace, was behind me. You know, I come from a long lineage of music industry. My father was a pioneer in the music industry. Her father was a hardworking, strong man that was in the military who loved to cut grass and change tires and brakes and stuff. You know, I decided, hey, well, I can't pay my boy to cut our grass. She would look at me as if that's not being a man. I was being dictated as who a man was supposed to be from that age of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We can go on and on until it gets to a point where you break, right? And they want to say, you know, I've seen where she said I wasn't there for her.
Is he a little light in the ass? And when I said light in the ass, I'm not talking about his sexuality. Just like a pampered prince type, right? Wants to live in his soft air. Don't want to get his nails dirty. Don't know how to change a damn tire. I'm just like, no, He remind me of one of those wannabe pretty boy types. So it sounded like she grew up with a man's man, an alpha male type. And to me, he's kind of like a beta male. I'm just going to say it. And not only that, it appears that he didn't want to do any manual labor, and that's what she's used to. So he felt judged, okay, and maybe less than a man. And to me, he was projecting his insecurities onto Latricia. Now, I ain't saying that she is Mother Teresa, not at all, okay? But what gets me is how he subtly tried to take digs at her. And as he kept going on and not answering Dr. Heavenly and Carlos's questions directly, they finally had to pin him down. I'm like, please read the damn chat, because I'm just like, he's all over the damn place. And something else that stood out to me, he said that they were together from the time he was 17 to 34. And he was like, he was with her every day. And it won't a day he won't without her. I'm like, you just telling a damn lie. You can't tell me no different. Like, no, I ain't buying it. Right? So pretty much he was trying to paint the picture like Latricia was the problem. She couldn't communicate and all of this, and how he's used to growing up with families who give hugs and things like that. And so to me, he tried to allude to a narrative that Latricia is emotionally unavailable, rigid, or what have you. Okay. In my opinion, he watched Ken's interview, and we know that Latricia is a little tight mouth, you know, don't necessarily divulge that much information. She's somewhat private. So he wanted to piggyback off of that to say that she had communication issues and all this. I'm like, no. But Dr. Heavenly said, no, 1 and 1 ain't equaling 2, because she said you was the issue. Because they talked about the episode where her sister was over and she was telling the sister how they weren't together, blah, blah, blah. I believe his ass is the issue, because that motherfucker talked way too much. Way too much, and in third person, and he wants to play the damn victim. Nope, not buying it. But let me see what else stood out to me. So he made it a point to say that Latricia and Ken had something going on before they officially separated, and just saying how they were in each other's DMs and talking about the chocolate emojis that either he putting under her pictures or she putting under his. And then they had to bring the conversation back around to give me a timeline. When did you leave the house? When did y'all split up? So I believe it was May 19th, 2020, blah, 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 blah. He said that was their, 17th? I don't know, 18th, some damn anniversary. And I think that July, one of her parents died. Her parents passed within 6 months of one another, right? And then he said he moved out October of 2020. I'm like, So basically, you weren't there for her when she was grieving the loss of a parent. Either one or both at that point may have been gone. And he said, well, I was just over my friend's house. I was just doing this. I'm just doing that. No. Your ass ain't completely innocent. You had a woman somewhere, either in Huntsville, Atlanta, some damn where. Because then they talked about how he moved to Atlanta and all this. But then hold up. Then he low-key tried to say that people were making assumptions or allegations that he moved down to the A because he might be into some different shit. I don't know if I necessarily heard that. But I'm like, brother, living your truth. Whether you're into men, women, or whatever it is, you got a chick down there, a baby on the way, shit, a boyfriend, girlfriend. Your ass went down there for a reason. He said it was for job opportunities. because based upon his career and how successful he is, he could have gone to a plethora of places, but you chose Atlanta. But according to him, because he didn't want to be too far away from his kids. But we do know that your ass wanted to goddamn escape responsibility of the day to day to being a damn parent and a husband. That we do know. Catch. And then at a certain point toward the end of the interview, they asked him, was he dating anybody? He was like, no, but whoever he gets with now, they're going to be lucky because almost like he's this healed man and he's this and so much to give. Child, honey, you weren't even there for your damn kids and abandon your family. No, you ain't nothing but a walking red flag and a damn headache, child. I see why poor Latricia was damn stressed out, okay? But anyway, it was an interesting interview. But to me, it just seems like they got together too young, got married at 18, 19, and had a baby maybe a year after that. And he said that he was the one that wanted to have a baby. Honey, you convinced poor Latricia to have a damn baby at that young age. Anyway, it takes two to tango, but they both seem accomplished. He said that he worked at Lockheed Martin in logistics or whatever. I don't know why they tell all their damn business where they work at. Please. It's beyond me because I know Latricia supposedly works for NASA, I want to say, and she's an electrical engineer and she joined the military. So they both seem to be accomplished and have jobs, but yet you're threatened by the fact that Ken is helping out and he's picking up your slack. I'm like, if you're doing so well and you come from this good family structure and shit like that, then why are you carrying it like a broke bama? Because of course they said something about him wanting her to split the divorce, the $400 fee for the divorce. He was like, no, I was just joking. Like, no, Bama, you weren't joking. But what got me also is how he was trying to sell himself. Child, he trying to get an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes on that damn show. He is trying to leverage his 15 minutes of fame. I'm trying to tell you, talking about how most of the people who comment on what's going on are women and he's emotional and all this. You hella damn emotional, right? Saying that more men need to comment. And Carlos had to tell him, shit, most of the people who view these reality shows are damn women. What you thought, okay? And he was like, well, we need to have a show for men. And we ought to pitch a show for men. Let's talk. I'm like, oh, here we go. So now his ass done got bitten by the fame bug, honey. But anywho, but I also would be remiss if I didn't comment on the fact of how he alluded to the fact of Latricia trying to get with Martell, or alluding to the fact that Martell and Latricia has something he ain't even know about. I don't even think he knew that Martell tried to holler. He heard about what transpired just like Ken and every damn body else did as he's watching the show. By that time, Bama, you was checked out, okay? You had moved up in your daughter's bedroom and made her probably sleep in the damn bed with her mama because you took over the little girl room at the time because you and Latricia weren't together. Anywho, So he's trying to say that she was being sneaky, and had that been him and he inviting a woman over to his house and we both going through something, child, he said, I can't say if she slept with him or, but he did go on to say, I don't know whether or not they slept together, but had that been me and I invited some damn body to the house, well, yeah, you're a man. We know how y'all think. Y'all have ulterior motives. But Latricia might have thought the Bama really wanted to talk about working out, okay? Martell with his old sneaky, slick ass self. But Latricia got some shit with her too. She a little sneaky. Yeah, girlfriend a little sneaky and she move in silence. That's neither here nor there. I gotta say, Marquez gives me straight up fuckboy vibes because he is really doing his due diligence to paint a picture about Latricia, okay? My thing is this, you remind me of a Martell Holt, just slick as shit. He just trying to make sure that he puts his narrative out about her, but what about you with your sensitive ass self? What about you? I'm just saying, okay? And it seems to me he's really trying to humble her. And I think he would be happy if, and in my opinion, I feel like he's just really trying to humble her. For what? I don't know. Because it ain't like you own her. I'm just saying, okay? And then for him to keep putting out that she has gone through some type of trauma, what, childhood trauma, in what way? And if she did, that's her damn story to tell, not yours, child. But I also didn't like how he tried to put out in the atmosphere that he didn't think that Ken and Latricia were going to make it, that they weren't going to be together but for so long, because apparently, as I said before, he watched the interview. He made the comment that Ken had to leave the house for a couple, 2-3 days because they had a disagreement, maybe about Martell or whatever, what had happened on the show. And they had words, and I guess his ass needed some space. And he goes on to double down. You know, we were together 17 years. I know Latricia. We grew up together. And I'm like, dude, you don't want her to be happy. Dude, you do not want them to be together. You don't want them to be happy. You jealous that she did find somebody who does worship the ground that she walks on, because Bama, your ass didn't appreciate her. Because as they say, one man's alleged trash or supposed trash is another man's treasure, and you didn't appreciate her, okay? But I'm just like, Carlos, don't give his ass no damn show. Child, his little 5 minutes of fame then wore off, and he's talking about starting a damn podcast. I'm like, oh, he's one of them damn chauvinistic, damn podcast type personalities who's going to end up bashing women. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think of that. I'm just like, if you don't care your cat ass on. Anyway, this is Sensibility Speaks. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.